Hello, it's Phillip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers. Today I'm looking at a book which we reviewed before. It's TOLLEY'S, LexisNexis publications in tax, and this one is TOLLEY'S Tax Cases 2014. You can see that it's got a subtitle which is a comprehensive digest of reported tax decisions relevant to current legislation from 1875 to the 1st of January 2014. It's in its 38th edition and it's been written by Dolton and Kevin Walton. This is the book. It's very, very heavy, runs to 1600 odd pages. You can see what it looks like. It's got paragraph numbering down the sides there, lots and lots of cases all over the place. And different types of structure in terms of the book, trying to find things, very, very large number of cases listed throughout. And right at the beginning, let me just show you about the book. Always read the bit at the front about the book because it tells you what's actually in the book and how you can possibly use it. And it comes from LexisNexis, of course, as I say. Then you've got a contents section there and it runs all the way through, and it really is. I don't think you can make any jokes. It's rather like trying to make a joke about a balance sheet. It's not the easiest thing in the world. What is rather nice about this is, as with all tax cases, I should have shown you the back. As with all tax cases, there are always going to be some real beauties which come up, which the tax inspectors spot. So let me give you an idea of what's in the book and what the title is. We've given it a title for our review. That's my wife Elizabeth and I. Minnows versus Sharks. The cases are real. Concise summaries over 3,500 tax authorities reported since 1875. Now in its 38th edition, as I say, this book is highly regarded as a comprehensive and reliable reference to tax case authorities. This latest annual edition is now out there again via TOLLEY'S as a member of the LexisNexis Group worldwide. So if you're a tax lawyer, accountant or tax consultant in any capacity, you need it because you get some idea of where the revenue are coming from. It's published, and of course the courts, it's published in handy paperback format, a bit flimsy actually, but there again that's the problem, there's so much of it there. Although the paper is very strong, I hasten to add, so thank you LexisNexis. It's got over 3,500 cases, about 1,700 pages, as I say, and their cases decided up to the 1st of January of 2014, and I'm recording this review in the middle of 2014. All relevant cases concerning current tax legislation are in fact included. Not only that, there are postscripts which I think are very helpful, pertaining to later decisions which have been added to where possible and where relevant, plus about 320 pages of tables of cases, statutes and other reference material which is at the front. The authors, both former HM tax inspectors, have provided concise summaries of cases which HMRC are likely to use in support of their arguments. For those seeking practical insights into how HMRC are likely to interpret specific cases, we think that this book is a particularly useful tool, so thank you TOLLEY'S. As you would expect, this edition contains a substantial amount of new material, particularly concerning the most significant 2013 court and tribunal decisions. The most important decisions reached in 2013 are discussed specifically in the introductory survey, which is well worth reading. There have been a number of important additions and amendments to specific chapters, including those covering corporation tax, European law, penalties and trading receipts. Yes, this volume is an indisputably reliable work of reference and a real time saver for practitioners. But delve more closely into its contents and it emerges as a compendium of dispute, resolution and outcome reflective of the times we live in, as well as the realities of the law. And let's take an example, circa 1981, a case 22.179, involving a school teacher who voluntarily attended parents' evening meetings at her school. The revenue assessed her mileage allowance and she appealed. Mr. Justice Walton's judgment in summary was that the payment was a reimbursement of expenses and not an emolument. However, the judgment, for those who consider that tax is no laughing matter, included the observation that, quote, "The Crown spends so much time and effort persecuting minnows that it is small wonder it has no energy left to pursue the real sharks." Yes, be that as it may, busy and hard-pressed practitioners will appreciate the insightful commentary this book delivers throughout, and the fact that it's easy to use. As the authors point out, the book provides 3 ways of obtaining the information required: the detailed contents list at the beginning, as well as the contents list which head individual chapters, which I showed earlier, the extensive table of statutes, and a general subject index at the back. Let me conclude by saying, as for coverage, the book includes cases pertaining to income tax, corporation tax, capital gains tax, inheritance tax, national insurance contributions, petroleum revenue tax, and stamp duty, land tax, and more. Cases relating to VAT are the subject of a separate volume, TOLLEY'S VAT cases, and we think tax specialists will definitely need both. I'm very pleased with this book because it's actually, as I say, we've reviewed it before. You've got some extremely useful information which is set out in the book, and the beginning of each one, there's chapter 2 there, you can see how it's actually structured, and you get general notes at the beginning and everything else. And again, what the press has said about it is extremely helpful. As I said, it's a very heavy book, but there's a huge amount in it, and it's one of those facts of life that we have to know what we're dealing with in this day and age. There's the spine, I didn't show that earlier, but there it is. Thank you very much to Mr. Dolton and Mr. Walton. We're very grateful indeed that this information is available, and thank you again to TOLLEY'S for a splendid publication. Bye-bye.